Get ready to uncover the extraordinary story of Miriam, the unsung hero of the Bible. While her brothers Moses and Aaron receive most of the attention, Miriam's courage, wisdom, and prophetic voice played a crucial role in shaping Israel's history. But what lies behind her remarkable journey from slavery to leadership? Join me as we delve into the fascinating tale of Miriam, a true icon of faith and determination. Subscribe now, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone who loves biblical history, inspiration, and women of valor. Miriam is the sister of Moses, the oldest in her family. She exhibits responsibility, faith, and conviction throughout her story told in Exodus and Numbers. Her role in the salvation of her brother Moses, her leadership among the women of Israel, and her prophetic gifts mark her as one of the early and influential female figures in the Bible. Born into the harsh reality of Israelite oppression in Egypt, her name encapsulates the collective bitterness experienced by her people under the yoke of slavery. It is a testament to the spirit of resistance and resilience that characterized their longing for freedom. The dual meaning of her name, intertwining bitterness with the notion of rebellion, also hints at Miriam's own role as a figure of defiance and leadership. As the sister of Moses, she not only witnessed but actively participated in the pivotal moments of Israelite resistance against Egyptian tyranny. Through this lens, Miriam's name becomes a symbol of the strength and perseverance required to challenge injustice. She first appears in Exodus 2 as the watchful protector of her baby brother, Moses, when he is set adrift in the Nile in a basket to escape Pharaoh's decree to kill all Hebrew male infants. Miriam's vigilance and quick thinking lead her to approach Pharaoh's daughter, who discovers the baby and suggests that a Hebrew woman nurse him, thereby ensuring Moses' survival and upbringing within the Egyptian royal household. As Moses grows to embrace his destiny, leading his people out of bondage, Miriam's presence remains influential. She is recognized as a prophetess, the first woman to be accorded such a title in Scripture. Following the miraculous crossing of the Red Sea, Miriam leads the women of Israel in a triumphant dance and song, celebrating their escape from the Egyptians. Later, in Numbers, when she, along with Aaron, challenges Moses' unique position as God's spokesman, critiquing his Cushite wife and questioning, "Has the Lord indeed spoken only through Moses? Has he not spoken through us also?" This act of dissent provokes God's anger, resulting in Miriam being struck with leprosy as punishment. Moses intercedes on her behalf, and after 7 days outside the camp as required by law, Miriam is healed and reinstated in the community. Miriam's death, recorded in the wilderness of Zin, marks the end of an era for the Israelite community. Her passing is noted with a brief mention, yet her impact on the narrative of the Exodus and the formation of the Israelite identity is profound. As a leader, prophetess, and musician, Miriam embodies the strength and complexity of women in Scripture. Then Miriam the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her with timbrels and dancing. Miriam sang to them, "Sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." While the song itself is brief, consisting of only a few lines that echo the themes of the longer Song of the Sea, sung by Moses and the Israelites, it emphasizes the role of God in triumphing over the enemies of the Israelites and serves as a powerful affirmation of faith. In Jewish tradition, Miriam's song is considered a seminal moment that highlights the importance of women in spiritual leadership and communal celebration. It also marks a distinct instance where a woman's voice leads a worship ritual, setting a precedent for female spiritual authority in Christianity. Miriam's significance in the Bible. 1. God can use even the youngest of us. The first thing I see us learning here is a lesson from Miriam's early days in life, that God can take any life and use it for his divine and ultimate plan. We see that Miriam is a young girl, around 7 years of age, when her mother sets her the task of looking out for her brother in the bulrushes of the Nile. And yet, with bravery and courage, she stands and watches over him. We have no idea how long she waited, but for a small child to hold that level of focus and not run off finding a buzzing bee or a feather blowing in the wind is worth noting. God used Miriam here to ensure the safety of Moses. Moses was to be a man of mission and purpose, And these moments standing by the Nile may seem insignificant to some, but they mattered enough to God that he placed her name and the purpose into scripture for a reason. 2. Miriam recognized God's hand in her life. Exodus 15 tells us of the moment when the Egyptians were killed and the Israelites were saved. It is a surprising turn of events in the narrative of the Israelite story, and yet we see Miriam instantly thanking God for saving them, going as far as to lead the women of the group in praise and adoration to God, thanking him. I wonder, do we see God's hand in our lives and recognize his active involvement? But more importantly, do we return with praise and thanksgiving? Friend, it is not just the life-saving moments that we need to be thankful for, but for the seemingly small things like food on our plates, families who love us, churches that champion us, nature that shows the glory of God, and salvation that enables us to know God. 3. Critical and judgmental hearts are deadly diseases for the soul. In the middle of the book of Numbers, we see Miriam starting to get judgmental of Moses' marriage. Of course, scripture tells the Israelites that they are not to marry outside of the fold of the Israelite clan. But, friend, it is not Miriam's place to level blame or judgment on the feet of Moses. But this level of judgment led to them trying to bring Moses down and elevate themselves, and so God inflicted her with leprosy. Eventually, we read in Numbers 20 that she died. Oh, friend, I never want to be someone who lets criticism and judgment take root in my heart, and I urge you to do as I do, investigate your soul, and uproot anything of similar nature that lies there. Dare we end up with spiritual death as a result? I hope by reading about Miriam's life, we have learned something of interest and some challenges to edify ourselves.